What is good, everybody? It's been a while. Today I'm gonna be showing you all a southside type beat. I'm gonna go through the melody first and I'm gonna move on and try to lay down some drums with our newest drum kit. Yeah, don't waste any much time, it's gonna be a short one and let's jump straight into it. So we are in 140 BPM, this is the default BPM by FL, for me at least, and we are in E minor. I got this MIDI from the homie Jacket Turn Me Up, and this is how it sounds with the first sound. As you can see, this is just a 2-bar pattern which is copied over for 8 bars, and this is basically a E minor chord where the 2 top notes are pitched up 2 octaves. And yeah, as you can see, there are lots of repetitive notes using these notes that are just above each other to make it sound kind of dark, and this is a really good way to make tension and make your loop dark. This sound was from one of HZE's bank. Shout out HZ, he is a goat in making these really dark analog lab banks, and this was this Avalanche preset. I don't know which kit it was from. Then I added these effects, halftime. I added a shaper box effect with this pen effect. I turned down the mix to 35% and I used this volume rhythm to give it a little bounce, and I turned down to 30% to make it subtle. Then I added this EQ, which I cut the lows of the sound. Try to use the theory that you can stack up your layers with the same MIDI and different sounds, so I just copied the exact MIDI to another sound which sounds like this. And as you can hear, this is the same MIDI. I use a different HZ preset. This is called Catalyst. Yeah, I thought these two presets complement each other because this sounds more like a bell, and I believe actually I didn't put any effects on it except for an EQ where I cut the lows also. Then I stacked it up again with another sound. I used the same MIDI except I deleted the root notes, and this is how it sounds. I didn't do anything to the MIDI. This is also an HZ preset called Dream Sequence, and I added none. I just turned up the volume to 2 decibels, and this is how it sounds so far. Then I wanted to spice up the things a little bit, and I decided to add a top line, and I chose a pretty much at this point overused string, which is the gypsy violin from Balkan Ethnic Orchestra. Yeah, I laid down this pattern right here. As you can see, I followed the MIDI to some point, but then I changed up at the end. But then again, I use these notes that are just above each other to make it kind of sound dark. And I pretty much didn't do anything, I just added a reverb with these settings right here. I think I maximized the settings because I just didn't touch anything. Made the volume to 2.5 decibels to make it louder. Then I copied again the exact same MIDI from the first 3 sounds, and I just put it on a regular piano sound, and this is how it sounds. and yeah, I think I put it down 1 octave to make it sound lower, and that's just because I thought the first 3 sounds were already in the same kind of frequency range, so I wanted to add a subtle deeper sound in the background. And I added a shaper box with the same volume and pan settings as the first sound. Then I added a EQ to cut down some of the low frequencies, and a reverb, which again I didn't touch anything, I just put it on, and these are the default settings. And then to make the whole loop wider, I added the bass note, and this is the whole loop with the bass sound also. As you can hear, it sounds pretty complicated, but it's just sound design and layering up your sounds with the same MIDIs, except for little changes. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the loop, and let's jump straight into the drum part of the video. So before we jump into the cooking, I wanted to show you all my newest drum kit with NATO. It has pretty much all of the sounds you need. It has flute phrases, percussion loops, vocal runs, all made by us, and we dropped in some mixing presets for you to level up your beats. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys want to cop this kit, it's just $20, and you can also get 20% off with your purchase using the code 20off. Also, I'm gonna be using our newest drum MIDI kit, which is dropping as soon as you see this video. It has 30 808 MIDIs, 60 hi-hat MIDIs, 10 open hat MIDIs, and 10 snare MIDIs. Yeah, it's just to make your whole production much faster, and I'm gonna show you how to use these sounds and kits that I showed you. And you can also use the code 20off for your first purchase, so make sure to go ahead and check this out. All the info is gonna be in the description below, so yeah, let's move on to the drums.